the Fed may provide as much as a $2 trillion in liquidity relief for banks after Silicon Valley collapse, JP Morgan says. Chase estimates that the Federal Reserve may need to inject $2 trillion into the U.S. banking system after the collapse of 3 lenders last week. This would help prevent a run on deposits and address the scarcity issue in the U.S. banking caused by the U.S. Fed monetary policy. The Fed's Bank Term Funding Program, the BTFP, is an emergency loan mechanism that will allow banks to obtain liquidity by putting up their bond holdings as collateral. The Fed will accept the bonds at face value instead of their current market value. Has not been qualified by the Fed yet, but it is expected to be significant enough to cover all uninsured deposits. In the U.S., JP Morgan estimates that this is going to be around $7 trillion, but suggests that the 5 largest banks are unlikely to use the program, which would bring the actual amount the Fed provides to closer to $2 trillion. Does this sound like a bailout to you?
Yeah, of course it does. Why are those big 5 banks not taking the money? Because they have been subjected to the Dodd-Frank regulations, and they haven't been able to get themselves in this type of situation. So to be clear, the Fed's raising rates this fast explicitly to make more people unemployed in this country. Explicitly to do that. That's explicitly their goal.
Well, their goal is to reduce inflation. That's their first goal. That's a byproduct.
No. Look, it's not a byproduct any more than me taking my hammer, slamming it on your hand, and saying, it's a byproduct that it hurt your hand.
Both of you are right, but Powell, when he was asked, if you remember the hearing, when he was asked, he says, you realize, and I think it was Kennedy that asked him, Senator Kennedy, that said, hey, you realize what you're doing is, to fix the economy, you have to lower the unemployment. And then what did he say? Powell said, that could be a cause of it, but that's not why we're doing it. He says, no, that's why you're doing it. And I know you're not a Kennedy guy because he's a Republican side, but he's like, no, that's exactly what you're doing.
Everybody knows it. I mean, it doesn't matter, Republican, Democrat. Anybody who's honest knows exactly that's what the plan is.
But do you really think that's the plan? Do you really think the plan?
That's explicitly the plan. I think he said today, by the end of 2023, we need to have 1 million people out of work. I mean,
why would they do that if they know it's going to hurt the economy?
Because they have one tool to deal with inflation, and that is to raise interest rates as a way of cooling the economy. And frankly, I mean, this is the charitable view. I'm articulating the charitable view. And to cool the economy means, as a byproduct, that you're going to kick people out of work. In my estimation, this is the first time we've seen any type of wage growth in decades. Right? The wages versus productivity has been out of sync for decades. And I think, frankly, people don't want labor to have any power. You're seeing increased unionization. You're seeing increased work action. You're seeing people saying, I don't want to work in the... Yes, I definitely
You really think... You think Powell's playing politics in increasing interest rates?
This is not politics.
But it is, though. Union is a form of... Your policies... Powell is one of the most powerful men in the world today. You know that. I know that, right? So when he moves he's controlling one of the most important knobs, right? Which is the rates.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So, but... I'm trying to think myself. I'm trying to sit there and say, okay, when they gave $1.7 trillion in, relief, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, or during COVID, hey, we're going to give $2.1 trillion, we're going to send people this much of money, this, that. Hey, all they're trying to do is they're trying to get people not to work, right? That's what they're trying to do. Are they really, or were they doing it because they're like, dude, I'm not letting you work from home, so I have to send some money to you if you're getting unemployed, and I just laid off. How many people at the restaurants were crushed by COVID? Well, I got to kind of take care of you. But then what happened with the money? The money went into the rich because, the low income, middle income doesn't know how to save money. And they spend the money. They're trying to make ends meet. So sometimes you think from the policies and you say, oh, they're trying to do something really bad. You think Powell has negative intentions, or he just sees this as a...
I don't think any of this, I have a different perspective on how all this works. I don't think that Powell is sitting there going it's going to negative. I just don't think that these people care. I mean, look, we attacked Iraq, right? 20-year anniversary yesterday or 2 days ago. By anybody's estimates, we killed hundreds, if not hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians. Why?
at this point, this story we both are on the same page on. We know why.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But how is it that decision was made? They don't care about that human loss. And I don't think Powell, at the end of the day, really cares enough about the immiseration of millions of people. He thinks the most important thing for the stability of society is to save the bankers.
Sam, do you think...
I just disagree.
Sam, do you think it was healthy for us to go on a 128-month economic expansion only to be disrupted by COVID? It would have continued into 100. You think it was healthy to have interest rates as low as we did for over 10 years?
I mean, I think there's an argument that you could have crept them up, slowly, up a couple of percentage points. But I was also told, listen, in the aughts, when I started this job,
you sound like a capitalist if you defend that.
I don't care what I sound like. I mean, when during the aughts, I was told that the lowest rate of unemployment we can have in this country is 6%. If we have it lower than that, then the whole thing falls apart. Yeah. You remember that?
Of course.
We were told that was the absolute, nature only allows that. And then all of a sudden that we can have more unemployment. I mean, less unemployment. We can have 3%. I mean, we are presented by, these powers, ideas that happen that basically they're in a closed loop with just other people who have power and money and have decided that this is just sort of the natural state of being. And it's not. I just disagree with that premise.
Okay. So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.